Okay, Ahmed, now that we have downloaded and configured the device to point to the training server, I now need to approve it, if you like, from the eCAT web application. So simply open up one of your browsers, be it Chrome, Firefox, or IE 10 or less. Um, Enter in the URL training.ecat.ie and you'll be brought to the login screen. So enter the username, the one that the system generated for you yesterday, and the password. I'll just log in as me and click login. You're now on the dashboard. Hover the cursor over Menu, Organization, and click Device Approvals, because that's what we want to do. We want to approve this device. From the Select Device Status drop-down, select Pending, because if you recall, your device is in pending mode. Hover your cursor over the Edit icon, click it, and from the drop-down to the left of it, select Approve. You now want to approve this device for eCAT. So go back here to let's look at the approved list of devices by clicking on the drop-down, select Approve. Now we can see that there's a device called column Samsung S4 that's now approved. However, there's nothing on it, so I want to configure this device. Click the configure icon. Now, there's three tabs. The first one is I want to map an audit with this device. So I'm going to click the one audit I have on here. It's a test audit. I'm going to click it. This is just the audit name that I'm mapping to this device, and save. Okay. Next, I go to the next tab. Now it's highlighted. Device location map. So I want to map locations from this given audit with this device. Okay, so I'm going to click on the top of the tree, which is location level 1, and when I do that, I get everything underneath it: location level 2, location level 3, all the entities, all the rooms, etc. I'm going to click map with device. So everything, all the locations from that audit now are going to be mapped with this device. You can see now mapped locations has USA as and everything underneath it as for this audit. So the last tab is just a device user map. We need to map a user with this device. So I'm going to click myself and add selected. Of course I can click more than one, but for now just me. Click OK. And now literally I want to just simply go to my device here, and it's in pending mode, and I click check status. Check status. It's going through the process. It's shaking hands with the server, confirming that this device has been approved. It'll reset any information that has been on the audit already. There has been none. Click OK. Your device has been approved by the administrator. Click OK, and you're brought to the login screen with the personalized logo for the client, the eCAT logo. There we go. Simply then click Login to conduct an audit. Log in, select the username that you mapped with this device. We just chose one, Colm O'Neill. Enter the password and sign in. Oops. Enter the password correctly. And sign in. Now, it's telling me that a newer version of eCAT mobile software is available. Click to download and install. I'm going to just ignore that for the time being, but of course you can go ahead and do it if you choose, and just follow the three steps, the positive steps. I'm going to cancel that just for the sake of speed. Conduct an audit. You want to, just like you're going to pick up your clipboard and piece of paper, you're actually going to conduct an audit. You may have a list of audits that have been mapped to this device. Of course, we only mapped one. Click the audit that we've mapped, test Penske audit. Now, I'm going to choose the location I want to go to, or that I'm in, for example, Illinois. Now, I'm going to choose my location level 3, and I have a choice of 3. I'm going to choose the first one, which is 1234-56. Now I've got the list of entity names, or subcategories of questions. So I'm going to, for example, click Tire and Wheel Management. Now I'll be presented with the list of questions that have been mapped to that subcategory. By default, all the questions are set to pass. In this case, satisfactory. I'm now going to, however, if I'm unhappy with a question, I'll click on the question, and for example, I want to now choose fail. This question has failed. I'll be brought then to the failure reason screen. So I'm going to say, well, why has it failed? Would I like to choose from the list? I've got 2 on the list here of possible failure reasons, or indeed I want to touch to add a note, because the failure reason for this question doesn't happen to be there. Let's just say it's from the list. My corrective action then next is retrain staff, or again I can type to add a note. Who's responsible for making sure that this issue is managed? I'm going to put down the site supervisor. Of course, if the issue requires a picture to be taken, I can just take a photograph. So I'm going to take a photograph of my telephone. And click save. Literally now that photograph is mapped to that question, which is mapped to that location. Click done. And indeed, if all the other questions are fine in that category, click done down the bottom on the footer. Again, if let's say I've done my whole audit, I've addressed all the different entities, and at the bottom footer then you've got a done button with a signature, with a hand with a pen. Click that to sign off the audit. So I'm going to click column, for example, and next. If I wish to, I can enter a secondary signature. That could be the manager or some superior or a third party, but I might, or else I can click skip if no one is going to, if there's no secondary signature required. Now I'm presented onto the submit audit screen, which tells me the audit name, the score it got, the time I started the audit, and indeed the time I finished. And all I have to do now is literally click submit audit. Audit submitted successfully. Literally now my audit is on the web. So I can now go onto the web, back to the web, and I can hover over menu, go over to reports, click on, for example, the summary drill down report, which is the standard report. Select the audit name, which is only one there. If I leave all the locations blank, it means it'll give me a list of all the locations. I'll see all the reports for all the locations. Or indeed I can filter down to exactly where I went to, Illinois, and 1234-56. If I want to see all the images, I can click show images. If I want to show the top 5 failure reasons, which is no point because I've no data against this audit, it's only a brand new audit. And if I leave the date range blank, it'll give me everything. Or indeed I can specify from today to today, which is fine. Click generate report. And it'll open up. There I go. Column O'Neill, 4:01 p.m. The audit was submitted. The location level 2 was Illinois. Location level 3 was 1234-56. The audit score was 83.33%. If I click that, it'll give me all of the positive questions and indeed the one negative. Or indeed, I can just hover over the non-compliance to view the one negative. Let's have a look at the 83.33%, the audit score. Click on the green. That'll open up the report itself. There I go. I only addressed one category, which was the tire and wheel management. One question failed, got an F or a red. Proper use of tools evident, poor use of tools evident. The corrective action is retrain staff. The responsible team was site supervisor. They can see my signature below. the auditor's name was, column, etc., etc., etc. That's what I'm going to close that down now and stop this video. Thanks.